Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex here, and today we're taking a look at Hasbro's Transformers Titans Returns Twinferno, or back in G1, he was known as Doublecross. So, one of those things where they had to change the name up just because probably licensing and stuff like that. But anyways, it comes with this little headmaster, Deburro or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but go ahead and pop him out there, which is kind of cool. He comes right there, and he's taking a seat. And first I wanted to show you this guy, because something really interesting about him. So this is a one of those characters that did not appear in the American version of Season 4, The Rebirth, which was just 3 episodes long. You ended up getting a Japanese series called Headmasters, which this character and the other 2 monster bots, Repungus and I can't think of it at the moment what the other one was, but those 3 monster bots, they ended up appearing in that Headmaster series. In that same Headmaster series, we saw the Battle Beast, which you saw this guy, or something similar to him. You know, he was a lion, and he has a little eye patch. I don't know how well that's showing up there. If I can get him in the right light. He's got an eye patch over his right eye, which just kind of a little nod to that Japanese series. So this is basically kind of representing that character in there. So. But anyways, to transform him, you just fold him up, and there's the face. It's kind of plain; it's hard to see because it's all white except for the blue there for the shades. But yeah, there you go. All right, and on to this guy. I'll give you guys a little 360. I think he turned out pretty well. There's a couple of issues on mine. One, the section here that you're supposed to connect there, it's a little hard to snap it into place. And then also, whenever you get down here, I've done everything I can to try to hold this tail together. I've like held it for like 2 or 3 minutes, let go, and then it just pops open again. So again, it's one of those. It's something very minor. Am I going to have them in this mode a ton? Probably not. I'm going to have them in robot mode, which is the way I display stuff. So it's not really going to be, you know, a big bother. But it's one of those things where I want to make sure that you're aware of it, just in case you might have the same issue. That way, you know that you're not the only one. But wanted to point that out. You get a little bit of paint here with the silver. You can see some red back here, some red here, yellow. You get the red on the eyes. There's some more silver here on the little shins or knees, whatever you want to call these dragon knees. So you also get this gun here, which you can do. You know, you can have it that way, or you can plug it in this way, and you have a couple of pegs down here if you wanted to unfold this guy, you know, and have his arms out. You could plug him on there. He could ride on the back, and he could fly, whatever you want to do there. So it also comes apart, so you can have 2 guns, and each one of his little dragon-looking hands, whatever you want to call him. So, anyways, as far as articulation goes, this leg, you know, rotates here. And you can bend here at the knee if you want, and the foot can go back and forth if you want. But I wouldn't really recommend, you know, moving these that much, just because of the weight distribution, the way it's set up. He'll just probably end up falling over. But you do have the wings; they go back and forth. They're translucent. They look pretty nice, black. Then you have the ball joint here with these little arms, which look pretty nice. The head, you can see the joints for it, where you can rotate there. You have this where it bends back and forth. You can bend here at the little neck, and this obviously goes back and forth, and you can you know, do that. So it's not too bad as far as articulation for I'm just going to keep on calling this a dragon, so even if it's not, it doesn't matter. Alright, so for transformation, I'm going to put the wings together like that, and go ahead and pull this out if it hadn't come out already. Pull that one out as well. Disconnect here. That's already done for me because this won't stay together anyway. And then once you come out with this, I'm going to go ahead and close these up. Come out like that, and then we can bring this down. Go ahead and bring this around and come down like that. So this is going to be the foot here. So we'll do it from this side this time here. So go ahead and pull this around, pull that around like that. Lift that out of the way. That way this can fold out. Pull the silver piece up and then just bring this around. Basically, you don't want the weird little claw thing in the front. You want it in the back, and then you can pull that down. So, all right, and then for this section here, I'm going to pull this section down. You can see that these two pieces were plugged into the top here. And before we come all the way down, we need to go ahead and split those. Bring this down because they're going to fit going out this way. Do the same thing with this one here. So bring that all the way down, and then you can slide these in. Those will just pop in like so. Do the same thing with this one. Just make sure you have that clearance right there, because if you had the arm up here, you know, obviously it's not going to close. So like that, and then you have his hands, which are the dragon hands, which is just like, you know, you had in the G1 toy. I believe it was that way in the cartoon as well. Alright, and then putting him back into a head. And if you wanted to equip these guns, you could put them right here. So he's got dragon dragon hands, and he's got guns. Which I think the guns look maybe a little silly, but go ahead and give you guys a little 360 of him. Doesn't look too bad, especially if you remember the G1 or you know, Doublecross. So, and I think the way they did from, you know, Beast, I mean, you see a little bit of it. You know, the wings are still cool, just being there, but with the arms, you can see a little bit. The feet, you can see a little bit of it just kind of hanging out the back, but they hide it enough to where I think it looks fine. And if you wanted to do, you know, the wings out here like that, you could do that if you wanted to. So whatever your preference is, basically. Kind of angle them a little bit. All right, as far as articulation with this guy goes, I kind of already showed you here with the wings, the head, pretty self-explanatory, moves around. The arms go rotate here, they go in and out, they bend right here, they also bend here at the, what I guess we call a wrist, and then you could open them up as well. Nothing here in the waist. You do have this that can go back and forth. This can lift up so you can get more movement out of it if you needed to. Goes back and forth that way. Thigh cut. You have more than 90 degrees here at the knee, and then the foot can, you know, go back and forth that way. So we'll look at him, and we'll go ahead and bring in the other two just so we can do a little quick size comparison. You can see that he's actually kind of quite small, or maybe Hot Rod's just that much taller than all the rest of these guys. So as far as head-to-head goes, he's about the same height as Trigger Happy. So, all right. So to put this guy back in his dragon mode, what we're gonna do here is wings back. Go ahead and pop that out, and pop that out as well. And this is going to come back and just have these flipped up because we're going to push those in. And we need to fit those on top of these and kind of at the same time. So, all right, there we go. That turned out fine. You can go ahead and bring the arms down however you need to. If you want to put the little guy back in here, you can do that. And then with the feet and legs, go ahead and pull these out to the side. Go ahead and pop that. That way you can rotate here. Do the same thing with this one here. You're going to go ahead and pop that. That way you can rotate this on here. And these knees are supposed to attached together. That way it would make it easier for the tail to attach together, but it doesn't really work out that well. Go ahead and pull these dragon legs out and pop out the feet. Do the same thing with this one here. And you're going to bend it a little bit so you can see that there's these two little small pegs and there's these little holes here for the side. Try to get it like in that middle one there. That one seems to go in fine. This one, not so much. Well, there it went that time. That's good. And then you just kind of bring the legs down however you need. Just to adjust everything to your liking. You have one head higher than the other, maybe a mouth open or something like that. Wings back. You can go ahead and put this back, but basically that's the transformation for him. Kind of help use his leg to set him up right. But anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.